the trading community is hilarious because you have these people that the egos are everywhere.
Yeah.
They run rampant in the trading community. You just go on Twitter and everybody's like, my dick's bigger than yours, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada. But when people, even those people, see that a colleague of theirs is somebody's trying to destroy them, legitimately destroy them. It was really awesome to see those types of people that I know specifically were kind of like, oh yeah, Brad, he doesn't know shit what he's talking about. And all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, like that's terrible. And then they came together and were just spreading the word to come help build the community back up. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Barcast. This is Barcast 25. Can you believe we've been doing this for almost 6 months? We were just talking about this before we went live.
I can't. My answer's still the same. I can't believe it. It's incredible.
It's really been awesome, and I don't know. I'm just having a blast doing it, and I'm sure Dave and Volley will go back and pick out some embarrassing clip that we did when we first started. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Own the Chaos.
Start over. I'm sorry. Start over. No. What's up, guys? This is Brad from WeTrade HQ. Yeah.
But I think we've come a long way in 6 months, and it's been an awesome ride. And I don't know if I could have found somebody better to do it with. So thanks for that,
nice.
man.
Of course.
That being said, if you're visiting for the first time, welcome to Own the Chaos. This podcast is dedicated to helping other fellow entrepreneurs, and we're just sharing our experiences as business owners and what we've been able to find success in, what we've been finding frustrating, and you'll find out about that later on. But first, I just want to invite you to like and subscribe to this channel if that's something that you want to be interested in, and if you want to hear some hilarious toasts that we're about to give up. Stay tuned for that. But also, we're looking for folks to submit their own. So if you've been watching the last couple of Barcasts, we've been putting out the People's Toast. So be sure to reach out to Christian or myself at Cashier, at Own the Chaos, or anywhere on social media, and just simply hashtag People's Toast. You hashtag People's Toast, we'll search it out, and we'll find our favorite one, and you might just show up on the next Barcast. So stay tuned to the end of the video to see the People's Toast, and I know it's going to be another good one. So you're just sitting there, nice and pretty.
No, you said a lot. I don't even know where to begin.
I feel like I kind of crushed it a little bit.
On your opening?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did well. I mean, you did great. I wanted to mention how I felt about the experience. It's been a good experience. It has flown by. It feels like just yesterday
really
we did our first one, and I guess next week will be officially 6 months, like half of a year. So that's pretty exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the People's Toast evolve, and we're trying to get things moving, but I really feel like down the road we're gonna get even more submissions and even more awesome toasts.
That's what I'm looking forward to, especially I'm not the creative one, so I'm always pulling ones off of Google. So I'm curious to see when people start creating their own.
Yes.
How hilarious they're gonna be. So.
Well, and I just watched Blade Runners. I just watched it. You showed it to me before we came on, and that was awesome. It was hilarious. The rattlesnakes and condoms.
He was dying.
It was good. Good job, Blade Runner. Respect. That just means I have to bring my A game. Truth be told, I'm not in love with my toast this week. I didn't create my own. I pulled it off the internet. But I've got to step up my game.
So speaking of the toast, what we always do before our toast happens is that we bring on a different whiskey, bourbon.
We featured it.
And so today's is going to be what? Because I actually haven't heard of this one.
Is going to be coming in hot. Woo! You want your glass too?
Yeah.
I'll just give it to you.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Today's is Henry McKenna 10-year single barrel.
Age 10 years, okay.
Yes. It actually has the barrel, since it's single barrel, it has the barrel number, and it has the date.
March 20th, 2019, or
2009.
Barrel number 6082. You can see that there. Look at that. That's a pretty looking bottle. Come on, focus. There we go.
Yeah. So the quick rundown.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Kentucky bourbon.
Right.
This is 100 proof. So it's a little bit higher octane. It is also, so the main reason I did it was it just won the best in show whiskey in the San Francisco Spirits Competition.
Oh, wow.
Which is only the second bourbon ever to win best in show whiskey.
No kidding.
So 2019 winner, this bad boy right here.
What was the other one?
Of course you would ask that.
No.
2008. And I don't remember what the name of it was, but it's 2008 was the only other time a bourbon won.
Okay.
So this is supposed to be good stuff. Not too expensive of a whiskey, actually. It's going to be harder to find just because it won.
Yeah.
But I'd also, before we do the toast, I actually want, sorry, I'm going to read from my phone because I want to get this right. I wanted to read the actual tasting notes so you can actually...
Okay.
The aroma tasting.
That's fair.
It scored a 91% as well. So this is good stuff. So first, distinct. So the aromas. What are you supposed to smell? So you can smell it.
Yeah.
So spicy aromas: mint, orange peel, and Nilla wafers.
I don't smell any of that. I don't really don't smell any of that.
I smell alcohol.
It smells like a whiskey or bourbon.
I think I can smell vanilla wafers.
Really?
Definitely.
We look
definitely
we look so
100%.
ridiculous.
I swear to God. No, we're like. You gotta really get that nose.
We're
in there.
starting to become snobs. Whatever. Can we just drink this now?
No. Okay, real quick. What do you taste? What do you taste? Caramel, toffee, vanilla, and then there's wood spice citrus. Okay.
Okay.
So pay attention to that.
I
With
mean, I
that
can-
said,
okay.
without further ado, you can smell the vanilla.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I
A
know,
little
right?
bit. A little bit.
Okay. So, would you like to begin, or would you like me to begin?
I will kick off to you.
I kicked off. All right, I'll kick
You
off.
kicked off once.
So my toast is, here is to the long, straight piece in Tetris.
All right, that one's a good one. So mine's actually a little bit longer this time.
That was, by the way, that was a pity laugh you just gave me. That was such a pity laugh.
Listen, I tried.
Ah.
So,
Go.
all right. Shit.
You get docked points for
I know,
not
I
having
know,
it memorized.
Pain
No.
makes you stronger.
No, sorry.
All right.
Again.
All right, are you ready?
I'm
All
ready.
right, let's do this. Pain makes you stronger, tears make you braver, and heartbreak makes you wiser. And whiskey makes you forget all of that.
Oh, cheers to
All
that.
right. Well, that's really smooth. I could get in trouble with that.
It is. Interesting.
I mean, that's really easy to drink.
It is easy to drink. I think my palate's starting to develop.
What's that?
Because I never have been good at like tasting things, and I'm not still that good, but I can start. And historically, everything tastes the same to me. Everything had that like alcohol taste, but this, I think I'm starting to taste, to distinguish like what tastes good and what doesn't.
You know
taste
what? You know what I noticed a huge difference on was like the Jack number 27.
Yeah.
That was like a real eye-opening. Yeah, this tastes a lot different.
Yeah, that one was good.
That was damn good.
I think we should go back and like taste them in a row.
We should do like the we could do taste them in a row. We got to do Gentleman's Jack yet. We got to do the Frank
there's a-
Sinatra. There's all
Yeah.
kinds of ones.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get to the point where we can like be blindfolded and I can just tell you which one it is. We need to become
freaking
Jack
wasted.
experts. Yeah, we won't know. We don't need to know every whiskey, but like, what if we just became Jack experts and be like,
Well, then we'll just be hired
that's
as
the
master
selection.
tasters.
Yes, exactly. We have to do the Master Distiller series.
Okay.
That one's really cool.
Yep.
We'll do that one next.
Okay.
Don't forget. Master Distiller series next week. Okay. Let's get into work. So,
Yeah.
I'll kick it off.
Yeah, it's a good call.
So we actually had a plan to talk about something different,
Yeah.
but instead this week has been an interesting week for us. Do you want to kick off by just saying sort of this weekend I got a call from you? So first of all, my phone's on silent all the time.
Yeah.
I had 3 missed calls from you
Yes.
at 8 a.m. on Saturday.
Sunday.
Sunday morning.
Sunday
8 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Yes.
And I just so happened to see your third call, and get a call. You answer, and you basically say that we lost our whole Discord.
Yeah,
Our whole community.
Everybody was gone.
Yes.
Everybody was gone except myself, Jake, and some of the moderators. Most of the moderators that were in there. So one of the other moderators ended up tagging me, and I just happened to look at it because I had just woken up, and they were like, "Where is everybody?" And I was like, "Holy shit!" I just had this sinking feeling in my stomach. 2 years of building a community was just wiped out.
Yeah. So we had about 4,500 community members in our Discord.
Yes.
And for those that don't know, so the We Trade HQ community basically consists of when you join We Trade HQ on the website, you're automatically invited to our free community in Discord, which is basically the main point of contact for our communication with our community. Yep. And then from there we have our mentorship channels.
Yep.
And those were still intact, but basically where it all starts and where everybody's connected was gone. So our contact with our 4,500 members, they were all removed.
Yeah.
And removed by somebody who had changed their name to you. So actually it looked like you removed everybody.
Yeah, yeah. You could tell that whoever it was just visited my Facebook page because it was my Facebook profile picture and didn't actually do their homework and didn't use the picture that I actually would have used.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, we've already reached out to Discord to determine who the culprit was, and we have some ideas, but at the end of the day, for me, it was not really for me to go back and just kind of retaliate and attack whoever did it to us. It was just, I just want my community back. Just leave us alone. And that's kind of, and this is still pretty fresh. So this is Tuesday of the Sunday that this happened.
Yeah, so we thought it would be good to talk about this situation because, number one, it's a classic example of the unforeseen that happens in the business and the challenges and the roadblocks that present themselves. And I think it's a great opportunity for us to talk about what happened afterwards. So to be clear, we're not gonna get caught up in who did it, why they did it. That doesn't matter. And quite frankly, we both, me, you, and Jake have agreed.
Yeah.
We're not gonna spend any energy on it. But
my time can be better spent doing
true.
Other things. So,
but it also is important for us to bring up, just for transparency purposes, that this is, number one, I don't think this necessarily comes as a surprise, but we've been experiencing some challenges from this individual, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I think, where we can leave it, is that we've...
somebody's out to specifically attack me in some way, and, I never really gone out to try to create enemies or anything like that, and so to my knowledge, there isn't bridges that I've burned, but, if you guys have been following me for a long time, you probably have noticed that I get all these crazy dislikes on my videos.
So that was the first attack.
Yeah. And everybody that I complain about this to, it's well, it's just the engagement. I'm yeah, but you don't understand, because whatever this bot or whatever it is that's coming on to just dislike my video, they show up, give it a thumbs down, and the view duration, our Barcast view duration, the average watch time has gone down to 2 minutes on a 30-minute video. So it's still frustrating.
So it matters. Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's not going to stop me. We're still going to do this. We're still going to continue to put out content because it's what you guys want from us. And honestly, this is an outlet at this point. This specific episode is an outlet for me to just kind of express a little bit of frustration, but then also talk about how we handled it. Because I think that the way that we handled it was very good. I was proud of all of us, the way that we took care of it. And I'm proud of you guys too, the community that really kind of came together, the community of traders. There was a lot of other influencers that saw what happened and really
so what can we
came together. It was awesome.
I would agree. And so I think the whole idea is the idea of how we handled adversity, and that shows it speaks volumes on who we are and what we're about and what our community's about. And so I think the important thing is for us to really discuss the steps we took and really to focus on the positives, right? The silver lining that came from it. Because there were a few things that came from it that I could say we could take away as like a positive.
Yeah.
So we start with. I'd like to start with. I get a call from you, and this is how I perceived it, and you tell me sort of your perspective. Where I think the most positive takeaway the thing I'm most proud of is that we immediately went to work, right? Like we didn't freak out. We didn't, part of it because I was half asleep.
I had a 30-second freak out. I was there's a lot of cussing going on the other end of the line.
Well, but I also think that's a testament to, my nature isn't, I think I might have cursed once about it, but my natural inclination is, okay, well, how do we move forward?
Yeah.
But I think we all were kind of in that mode. So the first thing was, for a second, I'm like, shit, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
And then it was just like, okay, what's the solution? What do we do? And it was cool because we kind of all went in our lane. So Jake started, right?
Yeah.
So
he basically brought the server back up because all the channels were deleted as well.
Yep.
So we basically started with a blank slate again.
Yeah.
So he went back through, added all the bots that we like to have on the website as far as technical analysis, charts and all that. So he was going to work on all that, rebuilding the server from scratch essentially. I was working on reaching out to all of our social media platforms to explain what happened.
Yeah.
And then you took care of the email portion of it.
Yeah.
And so, I was kind of handling everything from the front facing, and then Jake was taking care of the actual server, and then you kind of were taking care of the back end.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool to see how, we just assumed those roles. It wasn't just okay, I need you to do this or I need you to do that. It was just kind of, all right, I'll take this part, and then if you can handle that, that's cool. And then we just kind of went to work.
And then we had a little bit of a back and forth conversation regarding Discord, and because you pushed back a little bit, almost I don't want to say it was what's the point, or there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
And that was the other thing which we haven't finalized, and I'm still trying to work with Discord to figure out what our recourse is.
Because we don't want it to happen again.
We don't want it to happen again, and we also, for as much as we want to move forward, we're also not going to take this lying down.
Right.
There's this balance between not being spiteful,
right,
but also to let people know we're not going to be a punching bag, and we're not just going to take things lying down. We're going to move forward. The best thing we can do is to continue with our community.
Yep.
But also, if we can make sure that these type of people don't have the opportunity to do this again, it's just bad karma. It's just shitty.
Yeah, and that's kind of been the sentiment from a lot of people that have reached out to me and just genuinely said, man, I'm really sorry that this happened to you. That's not going to be whoever did this. It's not, it's going to come back on them. And that's kind of the approach that I was going to take, or that I have been taking. I'm not interested necessarily in the who, what, and why, because at the end of the day, I think that all this individual was trying to do was just get a rise out of me so that I could go crazy and lose my shit and all this stuff. And I did it for a brief moment, but I was like, you know what? I really do believe in the community that we have, that we can rise from this, and that we can, and that was kind of the theme of all the posts that I made, was that we can rise from this and come out stronger. And that to me is the only true way that we can kind of retaliate, if you want to call it that, is just to kind of build back from this and I don't know, just keep going.
Well, yeah, so on one hand, I think it kind of makes us become closer with our community, closer with each other, and when you have this sort of common challenge, I think it either tears you apart or brings you together, right? And I certainly feel like it was the latter for us. It brought us together. And then also, I think the one thing that's been going through my mind is I don't mind adversaries. I fear more the enemy that I can't see, right? The one enemy in disguise. So somebody who's working against me, but that looks like they were for me, right? If I know you're malicious towards me, I actually don't mind that much, because I know you're my enemy and it's clear and I can be prepared. Yeah.
Right.
Whereas if an individual tried to stay a part of the community and sort of like do the whole Trojan horse method, like that's a little bit more dangerous in my mind.
Right.
So from that respect, I think it just makes sure that we're on our game even more. But you know, the one of the other interesting points about it is we're coming off of this really positive event, which is like we launched the free trial campaign for our whole community, and we saw really good success.
Yep.
And it was like right on the heels of that, then this server crash thing happened, right?
Right.
So that was the other interesting thing, was like it was kind of from a high down to crashing this low, and that juxtaposition was really interesting as well.
Well, and when the trading community is hilarious, because you have these people that the egos are everywhere.
Yeah.
They run rampant in the trading community. You just go on Twitter and everybody's like, my dick's bigger than yours, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada. But when people, even those people, see that a colleague of theirs is somebody's trying to destroy them, legitimately destroy them, it was really awesome to see those types of people that I know specifically were kind of like, oh yeah, Brad, he doesn't know shit what he's talking about, and all of a sudden it was like, oh my god, like that's terrible, and then they came together and were just spreading the word to come help build the community back up, and it really made me feel good that, in a lot of ways, it made me feel good because I knew that, what we have is something that's actually special, and also that, it gave me a little bit more confidence in that these guys, I think deep down, do feel that I do know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Especially if somebody who's kind of trying to emerge themselves and kind of, I don't know what the word is for it, but kind of plant themselves as a staple in that community. Yeah. They were like, okay, well, we need to help them build back up, because at the end of the day, he does have a good community, he does help people, and it was just really awesome to see. So if anybody's watching this, thank you so much for, just doing that. It was a really, really great effort on everybody's part, not just you, Jake, and I, but just everybody, the community.
Well, and I think they take cues from how we respond. Like, and anytime anything happens, people always want to see how you respond, positive or negative. They're always looking, and they're always taking cues from you, especially if you have a company with employees, because if you freak out and you lose it, then they're going to freak out, and it's going to reflect upon you. But to me, I'm always like, okay, what's the greater lesson? What's the message we can send to other business owners, even outside of just the trading space or the digital space? And I think there are a few things. One is, you can sit in it for a second, but then you just got to move. Like you just got to move forward and create an action plan. You can't give the other party the satisfaction to like know that they've affected you or impacted you. That's really important. I think that was one thing you've shown throughout, is like you haven't stooped to their level. It hasn't even come up for us to like try to retaliate or to do anything.
Yep.
And then lastly, to really like to just be transparent and open, and to allow people to support you and to help you. And that's another thing. Like we just went back to work and we got back to building our community, and hopefully look to find ways to use it as an opportunity to make it better for us.
Yes.
So those are the things that I think anybody can take from when they face challenges or roadblocks. If you have anything to add to that.
No, I mean, it was just really cool, and to see who your loyal followers really were. And, we always knew the handful of them that were always around, no matter what. But the overwhelming, support that we got was just really amazing. So thank you guys for that. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. So it was a hell of a few days. And
we're still building back up.
Yeah, it's not over. We still have, a lot of work to do, and a lot of things to move forward. But again, we talked about this off camera. It's really important for us to not just talk about the good things, or to not talk about the the philosophical. Like this is something that we're really experiencing right now.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a dose of like what it's really like.
Yep.
So if you if you think that you're prepared to start your own business and be your own boss, like this is the shit that you have to be aware that you can go through. You know,
ready for.
Yep.
And on that note, I think.
Is it time for the People's Toast?
Well, I think we deserve to toast ourselves.
Okay.
We Trade HQ community, me, you, and Jake. I think we deserve a toast.
I won't argue with that.
Cheers.
So, cheers to you too, man.
And the vanilla wafers. And follow me on Cashier. Sorry, I had to. Cashier. Follow me on Cashier.
Instagram. Speaking of that, let's get to the People's Toast. So, again, if you guys aren't familiar with that, be sure to send us your toasts, as you guys saw Christian and I did at the beginning of the show, and hashtag it People's Toast. We'll search it out, we'll find our favorite one, and yours just might show up. So with that said, let's see this week's People's Toast.
This week's People's Toast. I'm sorry. This week's People's Toast is, I got to give him a shout out.
Okay.
My man,
that's my bad.
My man, Greg Perlman, at G Perlman. He actually just began stand-up comedy. Like, he just put himself out there.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so I want to definitely show him love because 2 weeks ago, he just decided to get on stage.
What?
Yeah, so he started getting into stand-up comedy. So he brought his A game for this People's Toast. So
all right, here we go. G Perlman, let's go.
In West Philadelphia. Oh, wait, sorry, that's the wrong one. All right, fellas. Cheers to good health, family, and friends. And may you know an abundance of the three until the end.
Well, there you have it. What did you think? That's it for us, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you again. A huge shout out to all of our followers for helping us rebuild the community. This is just the beginning, and we're going to come out stronger for this. So thank you so much. Again, like and subscribe if you like this video. You want to see more content such as this. And that's it for me, guys. So as always, I'll see you all before the bell. MB Smith is...